In this video, we will discuss some of the techniques we use when playing tug with a dog. We often get asked whether it's a good idea to play tug of war with your dog. While some people imagine that playing tug will teach a dog to be more aggressive or excitable, we believe that when practiced appropriately, it's a great way to teach your dog impulse control and can be a great outlet for your dog's energy. The main thing we want to avoid when playing tug with our dog is letting the play get overly vigorous. Our goal is to insert pauses into our play sessions periodically to teach our dog how to take breaks and improve their focus around exciting distractions. While we think this is a great exercise for most dogs, if you don't feel comfortable playing tug with your dog, or if your dog isn't interested in tugging, don't worry. There are lots of other games and activities that you can do with your dog to burn their energy, and there are several other exercises that will help your dog learn impulse control. Playing tug of war with your dog can be a great way to alleviate some of their energy and strengthen your bond with them. We often find that dogs who have played before a training session are more capable of learning and tend to be less anxious in new environments. While we're playing tug though, we want to be careful to avoid reinforcing any unwanted behaviors such as biting your skin or clothes or jumping on you. If your dog does exhibit any unwanted behaviors, you can simply stand up and ignore them for a short period of time. If while you're ignoring them the unwanted behavior continues, you may want to step away momentarily until they settle down in order to prevent them from continuing to practice these behaviors. When we begin our game, we'll start by trying to make the toy enticing for our dog by bouncing it along the ground. Avoid trying to push the toy toward your dog's mouth. Most dogs will start to instinctively chase after and try to grab the toy pretty quickly, but if your dog doesn't seem interested, you can experiment with other types of toys which mimic certain aspects of prey animals. With puppies, we generally prefer long, soft fleece rope toys that are easy for the puppy to grab a hold of and give plenty of distance between their teeth and our hands. Once your dog has grabbed hold of the toy and started to pull, you can play tug with them for 10 to 20 seconds. You can pull forward and backward or side to side, but try to avoid too much up and down movement as that could cause neck injuries long term. Before you feel like your dog has gotten too overexcited, you'll want to hold the toy still and make it very boring. Most dogs will continue trying to tug for some amount of time before giving up and getting bored, so be patient. Generally, the less time you've spent tugging, the less time it will take for them to let go of the toy, so begin with shorter duration tug sessions. When your dog eventually releases the toy, even if just for a tiny moment, mark and bring the toy back to life. The reward for letting go of the toy is that they get to play more tug. If your dog is too strong or just refuses to give up tugging when you hold the toy still, you can try putting a smelly treat on their nose, and when they let go, give them the treat. Whenever practical though, we prefer not to mix treats with play, as most dogs form a preference for one reinforcer over the other. Additionally, many pups will scarf down their treats only to cough them up moments later during vigorous play. As you continue practicing repetitions of tug and drop, your pup will start to release the toy faster and faster. Once you're satisfied with the latency of your dog's response, you can start to add your verbal cues. We like to use drop and get it. With additional practice, you'll want to push for longer pauses after your dog has released the toy. Once they let go, wait for a second, then 2, then 3, etc. before telling them to get it again. When your dog has gotten really proficient, you can start to add in some cues during the pauses as well. For example, drop, sit, yes, get it. You can also start to test your dog's impulse control by having them wait while you make the toy a bit exciting. Try wiggling it, waving it, dropping it, and eventually tossing it. If your dog is having trouble waiting as you increase the level of distraction, you're probably making it too difficult too quickly. Teaching your dog how to appropriately play with a toy and when to let go will help them learn how to behave appropriately when they are excited, as well as learn which items are acceptable for them to grab hold of and which ones are not. It can be a great outlet for your dog's energy and builds focus and engagement, as well as giving us access to a wider variety of reinforcers to use in training. We hope this video gives you a better idea of how to structure your play sessions and make them more enjoyable for both you and your dog.